Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Surbhi Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Thursday, the 11th of October. Cyclone Titli makes landfall in India's eastern coast. Pakistan formally requests IMF for financial assistance. And 75 Taliban fighters join peace process in eastern Afghanistan. And now for all the details, a cyclone slammed into India's eastern seaboard on Thursday, destroying huts, uprooting trees and snapping power lines. Heavy winds were likely to cause a storm surge, and officials said they expected low-lying areas in the provinces of Odisha and Andhra Pradesh to be inundated.
Cyclone Titli barreled into the southeast coast of India and made landfall in eastern Odisha province early on Thursday morning. It lashed on the coastal town of Gopalpur and brought with it growling winds and a lot of despair to the locals. At least 300,000 people have been evacuated from the low-lying areas of 5 coastal districts in Odisha province. To make it a zero-casualty event, evacuation was started from the low-lying areas of Gopalpur from Wednesday night itself.
The entire administration has been geared up, and we have started evacuation of these vulnerable people, and till now we have already evacuated around 10,000 people in all these 2 blocks and Gopalpur NSE. We have we have kept them in different cyclone shelters and in schools.
तो जिला प्रशासन हमको पूरा अलर्ट किया है और जिला प्रशासन से हमारा पंचायत से हर आदमी को हम जितना कोशिश करके सुबह से अभी तक सचेतन कर रहे हैं, सब माउथ से अनाउंस करके सचेतन किया.
The Bay of Bengal often witnesses cyclones at this time of year, and some have led to widespread death and destruction. The state of Odisha was last month hit by the low-intensity cyclone Dae.
2 terrorists were gunned down by security forces in an encounter in Handwada area of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Thursday. The encounter broke out in the early hours of the day after security forces launched cordon and search operations in the area following intelligence inputs. Internet service were suspended in all education institutes were closed in the frontier district following the operations. India accuses Pakistan of regularly training and infiltrating terrorists to mount attacks on Indian soil. Pakistan denies the allegations. In news from Pakistan, International Monetary Fund chief on Thursday said Pakistan has formally requested for financial assistance to avert a looming balance of payment crisis. An IMF team is now expected to visit Islamabad in the upcoming weeks to initiate discussions for a possible economic program. International Monetary Fund or IMF chief Christine Lagarde on Thursday said Pakistan has formally requested for financial assistance. The request was made during talks between the IMF chief and Pakistan's finance minister Asad Umar, who is attending the fund's annual conference in Indonesia, reports suggest. This came a day after Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan said that his government will go to both the IMF and to friendly countries for financial assistance to avert a looming balance of payments crisis. The ex-cricketer said that Pakistan needs 10 to 12 billion US dollars in order to repay loan installments.
ये हमारा जो शॉर्ट टर्म है ये 10 से 12 अरब डॉलर है और इसके लिए 2 रास्ते हमारे पास. एक, हम अपने दोस्त मुल्क उनके पास जा सकते हैं और उनको कह सकते हैं कि हमें ये जो ब्रिज कर दें, ये जो हमारा मुश्किल वक्त है इसमें हमें आप कर्जा दे दें. और दूसरा IMF. ये आपस में हमारी डिबेट चली कि हम दोनों को अप्रोच करेंगे. अपने जो हमारे दोस्त मुल्क हैं उनको भी अप्रोच करेंगे और साथ साथ हम IMF से भी बातचीत करेंगे.
Pakistan's foreign reserves dropped by 627 million US dollars in late September to 8.4 billion US dollars, barely enough to cover sovereign debt payments. Pakistan has gone to the IMF multiple times since the late 1980s. The last time was in 2013 when Islamabad received a 6.7 billion US dollars loan to tackle a similar crisis. In news from Afghanistan, a group of 75 armed Taliban fighters have joined the peace process in Afghanistan's Nangarhar province, confirmed a senior government official on Wednesday. The armed group said they were being equipped and supported by Pakistan.
"75 armed Taliban insurgents have joined the peace process in Afghanistan," said Governor of Eastern Nangarhar province Hayatullah Hayat on Wednesday. Hayat said that the armed group was fighting against the government forces in different parts of the Bati Code district in the country. The group, after joining the peace process, said they had support from Pakistan to fight against the government and that Islamabad's intelligence agency equipped them.
د دونه به موږ د بټي کوټ په امنیت کې په هر هغه ځای کې چې لازم وګڼلی شوه دا به د موږ د ملي امنیتي دفاعي ځواکونه او د بټي کوټ د خلکو سره چې دوی د همدې سیمې اوسېدونکي دي اوږه په اوږه به د دې خاورې د دشمنانو په مقابل کې سر د نن نه انشاءالله دو ګډون کوي.
پاکستان طرف نه کیږي او پاکستاني کوي نو د پاکستان د ایسای پروګرامونه دي.
The group also handed over 100 heavy and light weapons to the government. This comes after a security institution recently claimed that Bati Code district had been cleared of insurgents, but the residents denied this and said the Taliban is still active in some parts of the district.
More news from Afghanistan. Afghanistan's Independent Election Commission has said that more than 10,000 biometric units are ready for use in the parliamentary elections on October 20th. The poll body said the process of sending the devices to the respective provinces is underway.
Afghanistan's Independent Election Commission or IEC has said that more than 10,000 biometric units are ready for use in the upcoming parliamentary elections on October 20. The poll body said the devices have been charged, updated and packaged and are being sent to respective provinces by air and overland. The Commission has identified 20,053 polling stations across the country for election day and has issued licenses to 53,000 election monitors from political organizations, civil society and representatives of candidates to monitor the polls.
انتقال دستگاه‌های بیومتریک و فهرست رای دهنده‌ها تا اکنون با تمام وسایلش از راه هوا و زمین به ولایت‌های فرا، بادغیس، هرات، زابل، کندهار، ارزگان، هلمند و نیمروز انتقال داده شده.
The IEC has so far trained 2,000 individuals to use these biometric devices. It has also appointed over 100,000 employees for the election day, half of whom are women.
Moving on to news from Bangladesh, demonstrators called for death penalty after a special court on Wednesday gave life sentence to Tariq Rahman, son of Bangladesh former Prime Minister Khalida Zia, in a 2004 grenade attack. Meanwhile, 19 others were given death penalty in the case, a plot to assassinate incumbent Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina.
Protesters outside a special court in Bangladeshi capital Dhaka demanded death penalty for Tariq Rahman, son of former Prime Minister Khalida Zia. Rahman was given life sentence in a 2004 grenade attack case on Wednesday. Tariq Rahman, the acting chairman of the opposition Bangladesh Nationalist Party or BNP, is currently living in exile in London. The court also gave death penalty to 19 others, including 2 former ministers in the case, a plot to assassinate Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in 2004. Minutes into Hasina's speech at a rally in 2004, assailants threw grenades that killed 24 people and wounded more than 500.
আমার ছেলে তারেক রহমানকে লন্ডন থেকে আনতে হবে, এনে এই মামলার রায় কার্যকর করতে হবে। একটা লোককে ছাড় দেওয়া যাবে না, এদের মৃত্যুদণ্ডে দণ্ডিত করতে হবে, ফাঁসির রশিদে ঝুলিয়ে এদের হত্যা করতে হবে।
Bangladeshi politics has been mired for years in rivalry between Hasina and Zia. Both women are related to former national leaders and have alternated as prime ministers for most of the past 2 decades.
A freight train laden with 5,500 tons of ballast reached Nepal's Janakpur city from India on Wednesday. It was the first time a complete locomotive with 53 goods wagons reached Janakpur through a broad gauge railway line which was suspended 4 years ago.
A freight train laden with 5,500 tons of ballast from India's Jharkhand province arrived in Nepal's Janakpur city on Wednesday after a gap of about 5 years. The train is the first complete locomotive with 53 goods wagons that reached Janakpur through the Janakpur-Jayanagar broad gauge railway. The broad gauge track has already been laid along a segment of more than 21 miles between Nepal's Jayanagar and Kurtha railway.
We had narrow gauge service from Jayanagar to Jayanagar to Janakpur, but due to the construction broad gauge, the old system is not going to work anymore. So at present, we are planning to have the wait lease agreement with the Indian company through Indian government, and will run the train on that basis.
Railway service between Janakpur-Jayanagar was suspended 4 years ago. The track was built nearly 80 years ago when India was still under British colonial rule to transport timbers from a forest in Nepal to India.
Sex workers in South Asia's largest red light district, Sonagachi, have joined the celebrations of Hindu festival Durga Puja with murals and embossed artwork. Through the artwork, the sex workers have shared their stories of prejudice that they go through in the profession.
Sex workers of South Asia's largest red light district, Sonagachi, in India's West Bengal province, have been celebrating the Hindu festival Durga Puja in a unique way by depicting their life through murals and embossed artwork. Through their marquee, the sex workers have shared their stories and harsh prejudice they face in the profession. From the entrance of the marquee to the main temple where the idol of goddess Durga is placed, murals and artworks have been made explaining how these women are treated and tortured by their customers.
पेंटिंग जो देखे ना पहले उधर से पूरा जैसा कस्टमर आते जाते पूरा थीम दिखाया जो कैसे पूरा ये पैंडल अंदर तक दिखाया कैसे आता है हम लोग का साथ कैसे वो बातचीत करता है पूरा टीम एक पेंटिंग में दिखाया.
Durga Puja is an annual 5-day-long festival dedicated to goddess Durga, synonymous with power and feminine force. It is believed that during the festival, the goddess descends on earth to rid it of demons and bless her devotees with happiness and prosperity.
Bollywood megastar Amitabh Bachchan turned 76 on Thursday. Fans across India celebrated Bachchan's birthday by dressing up like him and organizing various events dedicated to him.
Fans of Bollywood megastar Amitabh Bachchan across India celebrated his 76th birthday on Thursday. The megastar is widely regarded as one of the greatest and most influential actors in the history of Indian cinema. In India's entertainment capital Mumbai city, a group of fans, including some who dressed up like him, gathered, holding banners, danced on the actor's movie songs.
सबसे पहली बात तो आदरणीय श्री अमिताभ बच्चन जी को शुभकामनाएं देना चाहती हूँ. वो जियो हजारों साल और साल के दिन रहे 50,000.
Meanwhile, in India's Bhopal city, a huge collection of Bachchan's movie CDs were displayed to mark the occasion. Artists on the occasion also displayed their sketches and paintings dedicated to the star. Born to the noted Indian poet Harivansh Rai Bachchan in the year 1942, Bachchan is known for his works and persistence in the film industry. Apart from winning several awards for his work, he has also been bestowed with the country's second highest civilian award, Padma Vibhushan. Amitabh Bachchan first gained popularity in the early 1970s and was dubbed as India's first angry young man for his on-screen roles in Bollywood.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on southasianewsline.com. You can also visit us on facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.